joining us. Thank you for keep coming to us for this knowledge sharing session and all these things. So I would like to introduce our speakers for the day. We have Professor Dr. Lakshmi Priya Deji, who is head of the Department of Prasuti Tantra and Stri Roga in Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to the webinar. We have Professor Dr. Bharti Ji here, who is head of the Department of Prasuti Tantra and Stri Roga in National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur. We have Professor Dr. Sujata Kadamji. Welcome, ma'am. She is the head of the Department of Prasuti Tantra and Stri Roga, All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. We also have our very own Professor Dr. Savita Patilji, who is head of the Department of Prasuti Tantra and Stri Rog in our Sri Sri College of Ayurveda Science and Research Center, Bangalore. Thank you all of you for joining us. We have our special guest, Dr. Mrs. Champa Dhawanji here, who is from Uttar Pradesh and a clinical practitioner since 43 years. So I will welcome all of you. I also welcome Dr. Professor Durga Dasi, who has organized this webinar, who is a host along with me today, will be moderating the session with me. And you all know me. I'm Dr. Sandhya Sadana from Sri Sri Ayurveda Hospital, Sri Sri University, Cuttack.
Madam Bharati Madam from NIA Jaipur.
Bharati Madam is from NIA Jaipur. Yes, I introduced Bharati Madam. Professor Dr. Bharati Ji is here, who is head of the Department of Prasuti Tantra and Stri Roga from National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur. Bharati ma'am, we are not able to see your video.
Ma'am, I'm switching on camera now.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So we'll start with the inaugural address by Dr. Champa Dhawanji. I welcome you, ma'am, to give the inaugural address, please. You have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself.
Very good morning to all the participants.
We are unable to hear you. We are unable to hear you.
Very good morning. Very good morning.
Yes, we are able to hear you, but the voice is little low.
Very good morning.
Yes. Good
A very
morning.
good morning. You can see?
We can see and we can hear this now. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. A very good morning to all the participants. मैं श्री श्री यूनिवर्सिटी का तहे दिल से आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ कि जिन्होंने आयुर्वेद में ये मुहिम शुरू की है, जिससे कि हम सबको इसके लिए अवेयर कराया जा रहा है। और इसका जो सबसे मेन है कि उन्होंने और भी क्षेत्रों में बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव लिए हैं, जिससे कि हम सबको उसका बहुत सारा लाभ भी हुआ है। तो इसके लिए मैं उनकी ये जो इतने अच्छे स्पीकर्स लेके आए हैं, तो इनके लिए हम बहुत बहुत उनका धन्यवाद करते हैं। और मेरे को ये भी खुशी है कि मैं आज उनका एक हिस्सा बनने जा रही हूँ। और जैसे कि हम बच्चा पैदा होता है, बच्चा पैदा होने से लेके वयस्क होने तक, मतलब खास करके लड़की, उसको बहुत सारे चेंजेस आते हैं, इमोशनली, बायोलॉजिकली, और भी जो संकोचवश वो किसी से बता नहीं सकते। तो उसमें एक कुछ ऐसा है जैसे कि योनि स्राव है, ईचिंग है, वल्वोजाइनाइटिस है, जलन है, बर्निंग मिक्चुरेशन है, ऐसी कई सारी चीजें होती हैं जिसमें कि हमें स्नातक जो चिकित्सा है, इससे हम बहुत लाभ ले सकते हैं। ये स्नातक चिकित्सा को लोकल चिकित्सा भी कहा जाता है। लोकल चिकित्सा से जैसे कि हमें ये योनि स्राव है, कुछ ये चीजों के लिए, योनि स्राव के लिए जैसे उनकी एक बहुत अच्छा योनि धावन आता है, जो कि सर्विक्स के ऊपर इरोजन्स हो जाते हैं, उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट है। उसके बाद उत्तर बस्ती है जो इनफर्टिलिटी के लिए और एंडोमेट्रियाटिस के लिए या एंडोमेट्रियोसिस के लिए उसका बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट देखने को मिलता है। धूपन है जो फ्यूमिगेशन है, उससे हमें बहुत सारी डिसइंफेक्शन दूर होने का मौका मिलता है। मतलब बहुत अच्छी चीजें हम इससे कर सकते हैं जो कि हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट बोलेंगे वो बहुत एडवांस में बोलेंगे। तो इसलिए मैं दोबारा श्री श्री यूनिवर्सिटी का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ और सब स्पीकर्स का भी बहुत आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ और सबको सुमंगल रहने के लिए कामना करती हूँ। सुरक्षित रहिए, घर में रहिए, हाथ धो रहिए। अब मैं डॉक्टर संध्या जी को आपको आगे के लिए होल्ड।
Thank you, Dr. Champa ji, for sharing your views. And we would take the webinar forward with I welcome Professor Dr. Lakshmi Priya Deji to give the opening remarks on the webinar and share your views on the set topic, that is path-breaking research in gynecology with advancements in Sthanika Chikitsa. I welcome you, ma'am. Please go ahead. We are unable to hear you, ma'am. Can you please unmute yourself?
Lakshmi madam, please unmute. Madam, please unmute.
I'll just take her on call.
म्यूट है क्या? नो म्यूट ना?
No, it's not audible.
Okay,
you can proceed.
होस्ट के द्वारा म्यूट कर
वो होस्ट के द्वारा ही था। नहीं, मेरा स्लाइड जो है ना, तो उसको जरा असेस करिए। मेरी स्लाइड अभी नहीं हो रहा है, डिस्प्ले नहीं हो रहा है, तो ये अब जरा डिस्प्ले ये करिए, डिसेबल हो रहा है मेरी स्लाइड स्क्रीन में, थोड़ा करिए ना।
Ma'am, we can see your slide. It was visible. Sthanika Chikitsa.
Now it is visible.
Therapy in Ayurvedic gynecology
Yes,
practice.
it is visible
Yes,
now.
it is visible.
Now
ma'am.
it is visible.
Yes.
It is visible, ma'am. You can go ahead.
Okay. Okay, now it is visible. Hello.
Yes,
please
ma'am.
Now
proceed.
it
Yes,
is
Lakshmi,
audible.
ma'am. It
Okay.
is visible
So-
and you are audible, ma'am.
हाँ,
Please
हाँ.
go ahead, ma'am.
So good morning to everybody. I myself, Professor Lakshmi Priya Dei, HOD and Professor in IPGT and RA, Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar. So first of all, I am thankful to all the organizing members of the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ayurveda University, Bangalore and the branch of the Odisha, who has communicated with us, that is the Dr. Durga Prasad. So I am very much thankful to all the team members, Sandhya madam, Sujata madam, Sabita madam, and Durga sir, Bharti madam, to everybody. So it is really a nice program, and it is somewhat different that which has been selected, that it is the local therapy of Ayurveda in the gynecological practice, which will be beneficial to all the practitioners, I think all the students. So it will be very useful for all. So what is, first of all, so in this contest, we will discuss about all the experiences which have all these renowned persons like Sujata madam, like Bharti madam and Sandhya madam, Savita madam. They will share their experiences which will be very beneficial for the students, for the practitioners and for the research workers also. So first of all, we should know what is called the Sthanika Chikitsa, that is the local treatment. So it has been mentioned by the Acharyas, when there is no result or there is a failure of the treatment, or whenever there is a chronic disease, there is some dosage still remaining, and some exclusively the sthanic treatment or the local therapy is the needed, because if you know that is in case of the abscess, what are the medicine, if pus formation is there, if we don't do the local treatment, then we can't cure. So it is very, very essential, and for that purpose the Acharya has been told that sarvatra subisuddhaya sesa karma vidhiyate, that is basti, abhyanga, pariseka, pralapa, pichudharana, etc. Then, so what are, why it is need and how it is work? Really it is work by the locally, by the tissue, and it is the due to the receptors present in the local area, the drug is acting by its prabhava and by its in the cellular level of the site. So the contents some local treatment which is mentioned, which is the unique in Ayurveda, that is the Agni Karma, Uttarbasti, Joni Prakhalana, Joni Pichu, Joni Purana, Joni Bharti, and some we have to know that is the Agni Karma. So Agni Karma is nothing but it is the heat therapy, or we can say that it is the thermal practice. Now, or we can say the burn therapy, and now the balloon therapy, which is using by the modern. I think it is the nothing but the modification of the Agni Karma mentioned in the Ayurveda. And it is the best therapy when other treatment becomes fail. Then in the Apana Margagata Pitika, that if there is any eruptions, any burn, any wounds or any diseases in Apana Marga, which is the or the genital organ is there. So if for that purpose the Agni Karma by the Suvarna Salaka, it has been mentioned by our Acharyas in Bhagandara Chikitsa. So why this Agni Karma they have mentioned, there is the no chance of recurrence. It is very economical, and it is giving very immediate result. So that's why it has been the gold salaka we have prepared in our institute, in our department, and we are using for some gynecological disorders like cervical polyp, cervical erosion, Nabathian cyst, then the genital warts. So all these photographs which I have given, that all are they are the real cases, not from the net. So, and even by the Agni Karma, you know, Agni also standate sira. So automatic there is no bleeding. Bleeding is it is also hemostatic, and there will no secondary infection is there. So in this case, so I think there is no need to tell all the procedures which is I am sharing in the slide. But in short, in 1 minute, I can say after the menstruation is over, then after the emptying the bladder and this rectum, then there will be local some that is Joni Prakhalana, and then we have in OT procedure we have doing this Agni Karma. So by this is the gold salaka which you have seen. So by the help of
finally realized that the electricity
yeah, in PPT it is visible, no? So these are the steps we are doing, and in the OT procedure we are doing this Agni Karma, and Agni Karma by the from the inner side to outer side, and in the clockwise manner this Agni Karma we have doing. And after Agni Karma is over, you see this is the Agni Karma is over, then by this the Japtadi Taila Pichu we are using, and only by the giving in erosion case, in chronic cervicitis, even in pre-cancerous stage also, this Agni Karma is giving very good result. And so you see that is the cases which in the erosion case, the massive erosion, and that is the treatment after giving one sitting only. After 2 weeks, how the cervix is totally, it is the healthy cervix. So even CIN1 case, pre-cancerous stage case, when we are doing this Agni Karma, 2 to 3 sitting per month, one sitting, and after the 15 days again one sitting. So the next cycle is the third sitting. So it is the pap smear test, it is become the negative. So I think this Agni Karma, which is mentioned in Ayurveda by the Gold Salaka, it can helpful for the future for the prevention of the cervical cancer. And if you do the Agni Karma once in a year after the female age of the 40, then positively we can prevent the cervical cancer from the society. Then these are the research works. There are 6 research works has already been done in our institute. That is above the 200 cases has been done, and near about the 75% cases there will no any chance of the this chronic cervicitis. These are the erosions that are been cured, but and even CIN1 case we have got 5 cases of the CIN1, and among the 5 cases 4 is the negative result. So I think this Agni Karma in future, it is a great scope for the Ayurveda for the cancer treatment, pre-cancerous treatment. So then second we come to the Uttarbasti. So Uttarbasti is a unique procedure in the Ayurvedic therapy, and it is the last option for the treatment for reproductive tract disorder and for the menstrual disorders. It is the last option by mentioned by the Ayurveda, and which is giving the immediate result, and it is for the recanalization of the tube. When it is using for the mainly 2 cases, that is the Uttamanga, and for the Shrestha Guna, that is for the best result, it is applying, and mainly the gynecological disorders and the urinary disorders. So as a whole urogenital disorders, it is giving excellent results. And it is the time for the Uttarbasti, that is the Rutu Kala, that is the after the menses, it has been done, it should be done. And for the menstrual disorder, for Arthavudusti, and for the urinary tract disorder, it is giving good results. So for the mainly for infertility, when there is a tubal blockage, in fallopian tube blockage cases, it will act as just like the recanalization of the tube. It is acting as the substitute of the microsurgery and giving 85% result in opening the tube and 25% in enhancing the conception. The rate is the 25%, whereas the 85% is the tubal opening rate. So it can be replaced. This is the recanalization of the tube, which is doing by the modern gynecologist. So in infertility for the endometrial factor, in irresponsive endometrium, when there is the no cause or idiopathic cause for the, when these couples are everything is okay but they are not conceiving, in that case also this Falkalyan Dhruta Uttarbasti, it is giving very nice result. And in cervical factor, even in uterine fibroid case, one PG research work we have done in the 30 cases of the uterine fibroid with this Palasa Khyara Tailavasti. It was giving very nice result. And that is the when there is the fibroid is 1 to 2 centimeter size, it is dissolving, whereas when it is the 4 to 5 centimeter, 1 to 3 centimeter size is reducing by the USG parameter. And with this Uttarbasti, we are giving also some oral therapy like Sigruvadi Chuna. And besides this, in case of the amenorrhea, in case of dysmenorrhea, the Uttarbasti also giving excellent results. And all the research work in PG and PhD level, 5 to 6 research work, it has given good results. So then, so the procedure which is it is been used that after the menstruation in 5th to 6th, 7th day, for continuously 3 cycle, the intrauterine Uttarbasti is giving. Due to this, my video I have prepared, but that video is not load due to the this problem in the net. So that's why I am unable to show the video. But I have prepared the video. If it will be chance, then I will be send my videos. So and 3 days continuously we are
Ma'am, you
giving.
can share your videos with us. We will upload in the recorded session later
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I have prepared this Agni Karma video and then Uttarbasti video also. So I will
Sure.
send
You
and
can
okay.
definitely share your videos, and this also screen, ma'am, although the time is over, but still if something is there to wind up, can you kindly put this screen in the presentation mode?
Okay.
And
Within 2 to 3 minutes, I am just concluding. Okay. So
Alright.
3 days, and after the three days gap, then again Uttarbasti is continuing. So these are the tailas which are medicated oil, that is Chara taila and the Kumari taila, Tila taila even we are giving. And so these are the publications which are the evidence for this tubal opening case. And these are the our HSG photographs, X-ray results for the case. And so then the Joni Prakhalan, that is the cleaning of the vaginal dues, when there is the abnormal vaginal discharge in itching vulva and foul swelling. In that case, we are doing some medicated, that is the Nimbadi Kwatha, that is Nimbapatra, Triphala, Spatika, Madhu. We are adding and giving this Joni Prakhalan. These are the procedures in slides. And then the Pichu, that is the vaginal tamponing. Vaginal tamponing, that is the tampon prepared by the gauze piece and this cotton, and then it has been dipped in the medicated oil like this Nimbadi taila and Jatyadi tail, then it has been using. So after the Agni Karma, some procedure also used, and it in the 9th month of the pregnancy, after 9th month, we are using this Joni this Pichu for this softening of the birth canal. Then and for the prevent the cervical dystocia. Then Joni Puran, that is the 20 ml of the Bala taila. In the 9th month of the pregnancy, we are just infilling the vaginal canal to softening the birth canal to facilitate the labor and to prevent the cervical dystocia. Then some vaginal suppositories like Nimba, Triphala, Spatika, Madhu we are preparing, and then Panchbalkaladi Bharti, and some Lodhradi Bharti it has been preparing and inserting in the vaginal canal, so that when there are resistant for this modern therapy, at that cases there is very excellent result. And then some labor. So with this some Nimbapatra and oil and ghee with ghee or oil, so we are using as an anointment. And for this episiotomy wound, that is the 60 patients in the MD level study we have done, and with this comparing with this betadine ointment, but we have seen that in case of the infection reopening the stitches, the better result we are find this Nimbapatra fine powder with honey and ghee, that is the equal amount, and giving for the 1 week. Then in the breast fibroadenoma cases, just Arkapatra, Arkapuspa, if you will just put in the bra for this 2 weeks or 1 month, then also pain and the swelling is really reducing. In engaged base, that is the jasmine flower paste, it is giving the excellent result. So thank you very much for giving me chance to share my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. I know the time is less and you have a lot more to share. And we also want to learn a lot from you. We'll continue our sessions with you, ma'am, to get all of your experience shared with our viewers and with all these students. Thank you so much for the presentation, ma'am. It was a wonderful knowledge on the benefits of Agni Karma, Uttra Basti, fibroids treatment, oral therapy, Nimbadi Kwatha, and lot many more. With this, we have some questions which have emerged from the viewers, which we'll take it in the question answer round specifically to the presentation you've given, ma'am. Now I would like to move forward with the ma'am right now. So we would like to take up now Professor Dr. Bharti ji. I invite you, ma'am, to please take it forward and give your presentation, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank
Okay,
you
thank
so
you,
much.
Sandhya ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Please go ahead, ma'am.
So, dear respected teachers who are resource persons and the organizers, at the outset, I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and all the viewers, very good morning. Since the time is 10 plus 2 minutes, I just run through the slides and I try to give what is the strength of Ayurveda in treating some the modern day challenges of gynecology. I'm not going to throw much light on the obstetrics. There are some challenges you can see here in this slide. From obstetric side, challenges are there, and even the gynec side challenges are there. And the causes for death of a mother, maternal mortality causes are enumerated below. Those are the challenges from the modern day obstetrics. And from gynecological side, after the cardiovascular disease, the number 2 are the cancers causing the death among the, it may be the male or female. And the next come other challenges. Even the modern obstetrics and gynecology are facing treating these challenges are intraepithelial neoplasias, STDs, benign neoplasms, osteoporosis, etc. There are a number of diseases are there. But to prove the strength of Ayurveda, I have selected 2 points, that is cancers prevention and the benign neoplasms of the uterus. So we'll go one by one. So what are the strengths of Ayurveda in treating the cancers? You know very well that in modern counterparts, they mainly they may remove the part or they may go for the chemo or the radiotherapy, and less bothered about the maintenance of the quality of life. But if you select Ayurveda, so a lot of research is going on. The first thing to Ayurvedic graduates is, first thing, when it is diagnosed as a cancer, immediately we think that we can't do anything in this. But we have a lot of scope to do even in the cancer cases. So this presentation is mainly to impart the confidence among the graduates and postgraduates of the Ayurveda. So first coming to the what is research done path breaking in the prevention of the cervical cancer. You know very well, all of you, that intraepithelial neoplasia is the precursor form for the cervical cancer. So what we can do in this? So this research done by the ICMR and other a group of organizations, Talwar, GP Talwar, Dr. GP Talwar Foundation, they have done on the herbal, the combination of drugs, a coded drug called Basant. And you can see I have highlighted the ingredients. It's simple. The curcumin is the extract of the curcuma longa, and the Amelika officinalis, Azadirachta recta indica leaves, aloe vera. The most commonly used drugs in Ayurveda. But we don't imagine that we can cure intraepithelial neoplasia with these common drugs. So one this combination you can see with this I just quickly run through the results. It gave a tremendous response. Even it is reversed the atypical the cell changes to the normal smear it came. So the results you'll see. Out of 35 subjects, they have done lot of screening, and finally they have selected with the consent only 35 subjects enrolled. Out of that also 19 patients were found positive HPV 16 strain, and this the drug used for 30 days as an intravaginal insertion. So what we call so-called the Yonivarti. Now just now Lakshmi madam also shown that all 11 HPV 16 positive cases became HPV negative with this study, and abnormal cytology after treatment remained 0. It all cases they were with the abnormal cytology before the treatment, but after the treatment it became 0. And the second study, the same GP Talwar Foundation and the divisions of molecular oncology, cytopathology, so many institutions of ICMR were involved in this study. This was the first study, and Basant was the second part of the study. First study they have carried out with the coded drug Praneem. So this again on the HPV, just they want to see anti-HPV activity of the Praneem coded drug. 30 days they have given as an intravaginal topical application. The ingredients of Praneem were Azadirachta indica and Sapindus mucrosi and the mentha citrate oil. But in this study, they found that Sapindus, the side effect they have observed is a little bit vaginal irritation. So in the Basant, they have excluded the Sapindus mucrosi, and they have incorporated neem for further study. So let us see the result. The primary outcome of this study was the persistence of HPV infection using HPV L1 consensus and HPV type 16 specific PCR. It was the primary outcome of that study. The results in 6 out of 10 women, that is 60% patients, after one course of Praneem treatment, HPV was eliminated. And the repeated treatment in remaining 4 patients with the persisting HPV infection, the 2 additional cases also clearance was observed. HPV clearance was observed. So the overall 80% clearance of HPV 16 was found with the this treatment. This is again a kind of Yonivarti. The study 3, it is again an Indian study. It was a pilot study. They have done with the oral administration of the curcuma, extract of the turmeric oil coded NBFR03. The study carried out on 21 patients with the persistent LS, low-grade squamous intraepithelial lesions. The parameters you can see in this slide. The capsules were administered twice daily for 12 weeks with the 0.2 grams dose of the turmeric oil extraction. And out of 19 women with the persistent LSIL who were treated for 12 weeks, none progressed and 16 regressed to apical or negative smears. So this is a, all these studies are showing the strength of Ayurveda, the Sthanika Chikitsa or the in situ treatments as a Varti. You may use a combination of the curcuma with the neem or the curcuma alone, internally or the externally. You can add internally also, nothing wrong in that. So the herbal drugs and even the mineral drugs trials also carried out at the America. This institute called Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. In advanced cervical cancer cases, they have taken a trial with arsenic trioxide induces apoptosis in the HPV 16 DNA. Immortalized human cervical epithelial cells in vitro selectively inhibits early viral gene expression. Inclusion of arsenic in the media proved cytotoxic. So we can think on those lines. It is a FDA approved drug. So in those lines, if we think Ayurvedic people can also take trials with the Gauri Pashana, Manasila and the Haritala, etc., mineral drugs in the cancer cases. And so many other single drugs are also found effective on the cancer cell line studies. So some of the drugs, there are a lot of drugs are proved anti-cancerous and different cell lines, but the drugs which are relevant to the gynecology are shown here. So ovarian cancer, hypomia, and Carcligo, breast cancer, Citrullus, that is our Indravarani against the breast cancer. And another drug, Bhallataka, that is Semicarpus anacardium, studied extensively against the different cancers. And with reference to the gynecology, adenocarcinoma was and cervical epithelial carcinoma, this drug was found effective on those cancer cell line studies. And Berberis, breast cancer, Biden's pilosa, cervical cancer, Amura rohitaka, the well-studied drug in the Banaras Hindu University Institute of Medical Sciences Faculty of Ayurveda, Dr. G.C. Prasad, who is the pioneer, who used extensively Bhallataka and the Amura rohitaka to study as an adjuvant therapy in association with the oncology department of Institute of Medical Sciences, Banaras Hindu University. And this Amura rohitaka is also having significant anti-cancer activity. The amuranin, the active principles of the drug, is found to show apoptosis in breast carcinoma cells. And coming to the adjuvant therapies, so those are the main prevention and the main therapies. Even the in the American societies and European societies, they are also carrying out the trials to see what is the adjuvant nature of the herbal drugs, because TCM and the Indian traditional medicine, they are showing their strength with their studies. But these people also simultaneously, they want to carry out to see the effect of the clinical trials with the docetaxel chemotherapeutic agent. They have combined the curcumin, the extract of the curcuma. The doses you can see here. Before starting the docetaxel administration and after, during the administration and after the docetaxel, they have given continuously this drug for the 7 days in the dose of the 500 mg per day. And they were escalating it, and even they wanted to see what is the upper dose of the curcumin. Let us see the result of this study. This is the primary and secondary objective. The result, at the last dose level of curcumin, 3 dose limiting toxicities were observed, and 2 out of 3 patients at this dose level refused to continue treatment. So maximal tolerated dose of curcumin was 8,000 mg per deciliter, and the efficacy of drug was enhanced. The result of this study are the conclusions. When curcumin was administered along with the docetaxel, the curcumin enhanced the efficacy of the that particular chemotherapy agent. And the recommended dose, after these escalating trials, they found that the recommended dose of the curcumin is the 6,000 milligrams per deciliter. And this can be administered every 7 days, once in every 3 weeks in combination. So this was the conclusion of that study. And study 2, to reduce the radiation dermatitis severity when the chemotherapy is giving in the breast cancer cases, again the candidate drug was the curcumin, the extract of the curcuma longa. This also they have seen that this radiation dermatitis severity was brought down with the administration of the curcumin. See, assessments were done every week based on this RDS score, and the result was T-test carried out, and curcumin reduced the RDS at the end of the treatment compared to the placebo. So they have done the placebo control trial, and the curcumin was found effective in reducing the radiation dermatitis score. So this about the few treatments that was proved in the cervical cancer and the breast cancer, etc. Now we'll move ahead with the Lakshmi Priya madam was also telling that the fibroid can be cured with the Sthanika Chikitsa. So this is also proved with our trials also that the I think time is there. The initiation of cancer, it may be the cancer or the excessive menstrual flow or the other gynecological diseases can be effectively prevented if you adopt the Rajaswala Charya to each and every. Nowadays, the thinking of the modern women changing. That previously they were, our mothers were limiting us these 2 days, 3 days of the menstruation to the home, and they were not allowing to perform any job. But slowly we have started thinking that this is a stigma, setting us or keeping us aside. So we thought of feeling that kind of, but this is good for health. I'll show you how it is good for health of the woman in prevention of the gynecological disorders, because we think we talk a lot of the epigenetics in the sense of the antenatal care, but case also the role of epigenetics is very much important. If you are adapting these 3 days Rajaswala Charya, that is intake of the barley or the not indulging in any kind of cosmetic use, etc., will prevent the ischemic damage during the menstrual period to the endometrium. So this studies done on the repair of the endometrium, that is functional layer of the endometrium during the menstruation, and with that studies we feel correlate this adoption of this Rajaswala Paricharya act as a epigenetic diet and the lifestyle. So the stimulation of the gene that is causing the, or the gene mutations that are causing the formation of the leaf myoma can be stopped. So even in the case of the fibroid, you can ask the woman to adopt the Rajaswala Charya, or some other causes. If the woman is coming to your clinic, all Ayurvedic diets adopt the suggestion of the Rajaswala Paricharya to that woman. And coming to the treatment also. Okay, prevention part is with the Rajaswala Charya, and the treatment, nothing to worry. Usually the high number of hysterectomies are doing by our modern counterparts for the cause of the maybe the excessive menstrual bleeding or the fibroid. Once the fibroid size is increasing, they may keep quiet till 2 to 3 centimeter size. When the size is increasing 5 centimeter or something, so they get frightened that this may turning into the carcinoma. And the doctors also, some commercial minded, I'm not blaming all the fraternity of doctors. Some doctors, they'll threaten the patient and they will undergo ultimately the hysterectomy. But we can stop with the Ayurvedic treatment. If it is the 2 to 3 centimeters, maybe with the 3 months of the course, the patient will get completely regression of the fibroid. But the size is, the fibroid is more than 5 centimeter or something like that, or multiple fibroids, you have to continue the treatment for up to 6 months, or maybe at some point of time you can give the drug holiday and you can continue further also. But in this case of the fibroid, Ayurveda is having its own radiotherapy, chemotherapy, surgery, whatever you say, that can be done through the Panchakarma. Panchakarma is a great weapon we are having. It's like the atom bomb. Once you are performing the Panchakarma, the Sodhana therapy, that will lead to the, specifically with this case of the fibroid, that will lead to the maintenance of the homeostasis of the all the chemical messengers that are involved, that which are triggering the angiogenesis, or that may be causing the proliferation, the gene mutations, all the chemical messengers that are involved in this vicious cycle can be flushed out through the Virechana Karma. It should be performed through the regular steps of the traditional Ayurvedic system, like the Amapachana, followed by the Snehana and the Svedana and the Virechana. If it is not possible, if the person who not suitable, you can perform the Nityarechana. Simply you can administer the 5 to 6 grams of the Avipattikara Churna as a Nitya Virechana, that will flush out. So two Sodhana therapies. One is for the prevention of the Sodhana therapy, that is adoption of the Rajaswala Charya during the menstrual period. And if the size is more and it is progressing, in that cases, you give the proper Virechana Karma followed by the Samana Chikitsa. The Virechana Karma, according to the Prakriti, you can select the Gruta. So see, in this slide, I would like to show you that the perimenstrual endometrium is exposed to the inflammation and hypoxia during the menstruation. So after the or during the menstruation, when this process is going on, simultaneously repair of the endometrium, the functional layer of the endometrium is taking place. So stem cell and the endometrium are involved to enable the scare-free repair. So any damage that are caused during this process, that if you are moving ahead or doing some exercise or doing irregular food habits, that may not allow the scare-free repair of the endometrium. So thus gene mutations will take place, and that may cause further. It may be the dysmenorrhea. I have shown few examples here. It may be menorrhagia, dysmenorrhea, or the endometrial cancers, fibroid, whatever it may be. But the Moola Bija is lying here. If we properly adopt the Rajaswala Charya, you can prevent the gene mutations that are causing the formation of the leiomyoma, or maybe the endometrial cancers, or maybe some other functional disturbances. And coming to the Virechana Karma. So these are some examples. I have removed so many slides. How inflammation is causing the, how inflammation is the cause for the different.
I think a lot of information will be also covered in question and answers also. We are getting a lot of questions related to your slides. So should we wind it up and take it in question answers, or you want to summarize it? You can decide, ma'am. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Ma'am, two more slides I want to show, the case studies that we have done with the Virechana Karma, followed by the Nitya Virechana, followed by the administration of the Kanchanara fresh Kashaya regularly for about 6 months of the time, and the regression of the was seen. It was a huge fibroid. And the second study we have done with the Uttarvasti with the Ksharatela, followed by the administration of the Ksharatela Yonipichu once in a week, and the Kanchanaraguglu internally. We are still doing trials, and those trials are at the stage of publication. So the take-home message is, I would like to give that take-home message that in every woman, try to adopt the Rajaswala Paricharya, whomever coming to clinics or coming to your neighbors or within your vicinity, whomever the woman. And the second thing is periodical Virechana. Even the healthy woman, periodical Virechana is highly essential to flush out all the toxins that are accumulated in the body that are causing the mutations of the genes. And the third is we are need not to be panic when it is diagnosed as a stage 1 or stage 2 of the CA of the cervix or the endometrium or the ovary, breast cancer, or the cervical intraepithelial lesions, or the benign neoplasms like the leiomyomas. In these cases also, you can adopt the Ayurvedic treatment. So this is my take-home message, ma'am. And there are so many advancements are taking place in the modern medicine also. Local drug delivery systems like the SIDS and self-emulsifying with the curcumin. The modern counterparts are doing a lot of study with the curcumin also to deliver at the local site. But I call the Ayurvedic graduates to stick on to their roots, whatever Ayurveda is preaching to, that they have to stick on, get the original drugs, get the original procedure done, so you will get the result. So this is about my presentation. I thank the organizers and I thank all the persons.
Thank you so much, Bharti ma'am. This was very encouraging, and it is really delight to see the researches being going on and the efforts you are putting up for the revival of Ayurveda, and not only revival, about proving that Ayurveda has a lot of strength in this section also, and we must emphasize and promote the treatment, Ayurvedic treatment for so many purposes and so many diseases like and cancerous stages, as you have discussed. It is really praiseworthy, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your inputs. we would like to go ahead, looking forward for the time. We would like to go ahead with Professor Dr. Sujata Kadamji, the head of the department PTCSR, All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Ma'am, I welcome you to take the lead. Sujata ma'am, you are there?
Screen share karo.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you, first of all, the organizers. Screen share karo. Bharti madam, can you close your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I can share my.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with researchers, practitioners, students, and teachers of Prasuti Tantra and Stree Rog on a one platform. And I wish that, yes. Thank you, Lakshmi madam and Bharti madam, for very good elaboration on the topics. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. I will stick to the my topic, that local treatment, and this local treatment. I'm okay. Slide is shared. Can you see the slides?
Sujata ma'am, we can see the slides. You may go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So I will stick to the topic that local treatment and what I have done in last 22 years when I'm practicing this Prasuti Tantra Stree Rog specially. And I must say that this local treatment, when this Acharyas mentioned the local treatment, see the wide range of local treatment, almost in every disease condition or in normal case like Garbhini Paricharya, Sutika Paricharya also, there is n number of local treatment which are mentioned in the text. So in Stree Rogas, Yoni Vyapad, Rajodushti, Rakta Pradar, Yoni Arsha, Yoni Kanda, Sagarbhavastha, Garbhasthapan and Garbha Vyapad, n number of local treatments are there in the text. We can have a variety of this. And yes, Garbha Nirodhak Yoga also, Stanya Dushti, Stana Shula, Stanya Panayan, and Stana Dushti also, or Drudata also. So there are n number of local treatments, but practically feasible. How much are out of these are practically feasible? Because time constraint for the patient is the most concern point. So visiting everyday hospital for Yoni Dhawan, Pichu, or whatever the local treatment we are doing. So in day-to-day life, it is not possible to visit every day for 1 or 2 hours to the hospital. It almost take 2 hours for Yoni Dhawan and Pichu and other treatment also. So it's a difficult. So I always try to find a practical solution, practically amicable solution in my last 22 years experience. And I have done many things, which I will share in this. What my observation is, not alone an internal treatment and not alone a local treatment are useful. The combination of both, a very good combination of both, gives you a very good results. And 1 or 2 local treatments, 2 or more local treatments, if combined, they will give a good results. Like Yoni Dhawan and Pichu, Kshar, Yoni Dhawan and Pichu. The treatments, combination of the treatment gives a very great results. And the selection of drug for the local treatment and choice of ideal local treatment should be there. So I always try to find out new things, and in that vaginal gels, I modified the local treatment, and practically we can amicable solutions which we can do, patient can perform in house also. So I tried vaginal gels. This is with my PG students, PhD students, and other research work also. So I tried the vaginal gels, pessary, ointments, dhupan also, Stana Lepa, and Yoni Dhawan and Yoni Pichu comparison of both. that whether the Unidhavan is more effective than Unipichu or vice versa. So latest just completed study is this, that Kasisadi gel, the Kasisadi Varti is described in our text, but preparing a Varti and putting it for 7 days, and it's not a convenient procedure for patient. Yes, I do agree with Dr. Bharti, what Dr. Bharti said, yet we have to perform whatever mentioned in the text. But sometimes it's not feasible, and we have to find the practical solutions. So I tried Kasisadi gel instead of Kasisadi Varti. We prepared this Kasisadi gel. Himalaya company sponsored us for that, and I'm great. It's that Himalaya company made this gel, and they provided us with the trial group also, trial drug also, that is VG combination of their company. And yes, with Varti and this gel combination almost equally works as a Varti. And this is the trial which conducted. And you can say this, the wide range of this antimicrobial activity of Kasisadi gel. So when compared to V-gel, it is having wide range of antimicrobial activity as compared. And these are some slides which are treated with this Kasisadi gel. So my intention of doing these things is that, yes, for coming daily hospital visit for the patients is not possible, and we can give a practical solution which they can perform at their household also, doing household activities also. So this I have tried in latest period, but in 2010 also we have tried this one gel, Guduchu Triphala Danti gel, and it is compared with clotrimazole gel, which is available and which is widely used by modern physicians and Ayurveda also. So we did a comparison in 2010, and yes, it is almost equal, and in some cases it's a very superior than the clotrimazole gel. We found that yes, it is having wide range of antimicrobial activity, but it is having good results in Yoni Daha and Yoni Kandu also. But what problem we faced with that gel is it was having a 6-month shelf life only. After 6 months, that gel had microbes in that, so and fungus also. So we tried the recent gel, what is Kasisadi gel, and yes, I can share that yes, with in 2010 there was not much facility available at in Pune where we done that study, but with the Himalaya company we again did some basic things on that, and the shelf life of the gel is increased. And yes, this is we can practically use with the pruritus, Yonistram and Yonikandu. This I have, this is also a recent study, yet it is going on. This we tried with Dhupana. Everyone knows that yes, Dhupana is effective and it is described in various disorders also, and in Sutika Paricharya also, to combat the vaginal infections. So I tried this Dhupana with new invention like this Dhupana Yantra. And yes, my student Dr. Anita, under my guidance, did this Dhupana Yantra, which is now available at All India Institute of Ayurveda. And for Dhupana, using the chair, commode chair, which we usually use, it is not feasible, and we cannot use this chair for the multiple patients at one time. But this Dhupana Yantra, with this Dhupana Yantra, we can use it for many patients at a time, and it is having a very good results, antimicrobial activity also, and yes, other symptoms also is cured very nicely with this Dhupana alone. If it is combined with internal treatment, yes, it will give the better results. Again, I tried this Kikisa treatment with oil also, and in comparison of oil with ointment we have prepared, and we compared Darvi and Madhuka Siddha Tel against Darvi Madhuka Siddha, prepared ointment. And when we compared the both are giving the same results. So we can tell the patients that yes, we can have this ointment instead of tel, because tel is giving staining to the clothes always when the patient uses that. And yes, it is having a typical smell. Instead of that, we put a very good fragrant thing in the ointment. And yes, it is very useful to the patient, easily applicable and giving a good results with when we compared with the tail. So this also work done by me when I was working in Pune. And yes, Yoni Dhawan versus Pichu. The Yoni Dhawan gives a much good results when compared with the Pichu when there is a profuse discharge, because discharge has to be washed out. So when the patient is having complaint of profuse discharge, we should go for the Yoni Dhawan or combination of Yoni Dhawan and Pichu, not alone the Yoni Pichu. This one more work we have carried in obstetrics, like Pothaki Mula gel on Prasav. It is the reference of Vaishya Ratnavali for Sukha Prasav. And we prepared this gel from the Pothaki Mool. And this gel is applied during the labor. So to facilitate the labor. And we observed that, yes, it is not having any effect on contraction, not having any effect on dilatation, effacement, but yes, the descent is very good with this gel. So we can have such a type of practically applicable things, modified things with our local treatment. I'm of the same opinion with Dr. Bharti Madam. When the texts are having something, they have explained something that Kalka should be put in this and this Yoni Vapor. Yes, Kalka is very good and it's very useful. But whether this putting a Kalka in vagina is possible nowadays, but I think in cities it is not possible. Also villages also, it's not available all the time. So can we have the modified version of these things, and the patient can use or other practitioner can use, and conventional medicines, allopathy medical doctors can also be used this if proven effective. So we have to continuously search for newer solutions. This I will show you. बेटा ये दिख रहा है, ये दिखेगा. Dr. Sandhya, this you are. Can you say this?
Yes, we can see this, ma'am.
Yes,
we can see this.
Yes, this I have received from IIT Delhi third year student, and he invented this roll-on, and this is roll-on this. Just have to apply this roll-on dysmenorrhea. So. And it will work within 3 to 4 minutes. And this is done by IIT student, not any Ayurveda practitioner. And they want to conduct a clinical trial here. But they actually used, as per their knowledge, menthol, eucalyptus and all. And I suggested that the dysmenorrhea drugs should be replaced with this combination. And we will definitely do the clinical trials. So I think world needs the things like this. So we should try continuously. If I am having 3 students in 1 year, so I can give 1 student a new invention for to work on it. And maybe 1 or 2, and for 1 student to explore the text. So I can divide it, and yes, I can justify the whatever knowledge is there in Ayurveda, and practical utility I can increase, and by that the Ayurveda science will be free flowing, and which can become a mainstream medicine. So I think
I agree.
I have stick to the time, and thank you very much for giving me opportunity, and I'm waiting for the
Thank
question.
you so much, Sujata ma'am. I very much appreciate your intent to give the home remedy, because this is a regular, concern of all the patients. Not only the patients, if they come here, the households are also disturbed for 1 or 2 hours, and 1 or 2 hours for a consecutive days becomes a little difficult for people to continue. So I very much appreciate your intention for a home remedy. And also regarding the gels you have invented, and regarding this IIT also, I would like to share that our ancient wisdom and knowledge to be presented, to be used in the, by latest technologies, easy mode of application, easy mode of delivery to the patients is very much required. And you, the legends, all of you are doing fantastic work in this regards, promoting, encouraging people, the students, and doing the clinical trials, taking the lead. I really congratulate and appreciate all the work done, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your views. Thank you so much. Next, we would like to go ahead with madam, with our very own ma'am. To proceed ahead, Professor Dr. Savita S. Patilji, Head of the Department PTSR of Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research Hospital. Ma'am, I invite you to take the session ahead with your presentation.
Savita madam, just unmute.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, it's
Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Please proceed.
Namaste to all. Sandha madam, that's Lakshmi madam, Bharati madam, Sujata madam, Malika madam. So it's a peak level discussion it was. So they have just went through thorough with even CA diseases and all the nowadays the major issues they have handled. So just I want to share some of the things that just we are doing in our OPD. So the common things, the common infections, the common gynecological disorders, which we have handled with the some of the medicines that I want to share because of the less time. So I will share that PPTs afterwards. So as you know, so without the Shodhana Karma, there will not be any this Sthanika Chikitsa. So that may be as already told, Sarvataha Suvishidhaya Sheshakarma Vidhayataha. Basti Abhyanga, this Parisheka, Pralepa, and this Pichudharana. These are the main Sthanika Chikitsa, so which are followed after the main Shodhana Chikitsa. This Shodhana Chikitsa, where we follow the Panchakarma therapy, so depend on the diseases. So that Sthanika Chikitsa we mainly divide into Yoni Pichu, Yoni Abhyanga, Yoni Svedana, Yoni Lepa, Yoni Bharti, and Dhupana, and especially Uttarabasti, and also this Yoni Purana and the Charakarma. So already we have you have seen so many this latest this trials. So just I want to discuss some clinical things, as just last year only our PG has been started and we have tried some of the local treatment and the infections. If we take Vataja, as you know, with the Vataja Yoni Vapada, when the woman is suffering with the estrogen deficiency or the perimenopausal syndromes, so just with the per speculum examination and all, so we see the dryness of the vagina, or with the while this subcutaneous fat, loosening of the subcutaneous fat, and the lower area, that is the labia minora, this is thin fold. So where dryness we will observe. So just I want to give the per speculum examination that you will see in Vataja disorders. And in that we will follow, if she is with the any secretions and all, we will go with the Yoni, this Prakshalana or Dhavana with some of the medicines if she is infected with the
any of the infections. So how we get to know with the infections? That is simple. So as we take the Pittaja diseases or the Pittaja Yoni Vapor, they have described with the certain types of the infections. So that may be with the bacterial sodium gardinal infections, or with the trichomonarial infections, or with the Candida albicans, which is the usually we see in a day-to-day OPDs when we see the patients, 4 to 5 patients among all will be with this local infections. So let us focus on those, how we have to diagnose, and how the pH of the vagina. All of us know this importance of the pH of the vagina. So as it will be with the 3.8 to 4.5, so it is maintained in the reproductive period. But before and the after, that is in this premenstrual phase, or the before this puberty, so that is maintained, or a low pH is seen, and after even menopause or the perimenopausal age, so that we need to test with the some of the lab investigations, as they will we go with the litmus paper and we'll test the pH. That is also helpful in if the woman is with some infections. And with the bacterial infection, with the knowing of the Gardnerella sodium, where we go with the some sort of the KOH solutions, where we feel the fishy smell, so fishy odor. If test positive we get with the lab test, then we go with the dhavana and other procedures as we do in a sthanika chikitsa. If that is with the Candida albicans, so you know already, whenever these sort of the discharges are there, there may be thick discharge, there may be thin discharge, whitish discharge with the itching, without itching. So when there is a more itching with the flaky discharge, Candida albicans, where we get positive with this KOH solution, 10% KOH solution when we add, and when we get with the KOH solutions and the lab tests, we get to know that which type of the infection it is. In a sodium gardenia infection, usually with we get these infections and we treat it with the dhavana and the pichu. So let us see what are these things, that is the dhavana medicines we will use in these type of the infections. So usually we follow Triphala, Dashamula, and Guduchi, Kashaya as a dhavana. And for the pichu, we will try with again with the Triphala Taila pichu, or with the other. So according to the Yoni Vapada depend. That is, if it is with the Vataja Yoni Vapada, we will go with the Kutaja, Guduchi, or with the Shatavari, or with the Dhanvantari Taila, and this Mahanarayana Taila, pichu we will go with the whenever she is suffering with the Vataja disorders. When we go with the infections, so we will go with the Prakshalana and Yoni pichu. Prakshalana with the one of the either of if it is itching is there, so we will go with the Prakshalana with the Triphala. If it is associated with the Vata, of course, now all the Vata disease, as we know, this Nahi Vata Druta Yonir Narenam Sampradeshati. That is without involvement of the Vata dosha, there will not be any diseases. So we have to go according to this infections, as if it is with the as it is associated with the Vata and Kapha. So combinedly, we go with the Prakshalana of the various this medicines. So that may be with the Panchavalkala in Pittaja, and Aragvada if it is with the foul smell or a fishy smell, and with the other infections. So where it will be with about very fatty woman, obese woman, I mean, so where she is with the very large paichilletva and secretions, we go with the Varti of the Triphala, or the Varti of the Pippali, so which is responsible, which will act as a hygroscopic and will act even as a this antibacterial and antifungal and hygroscopic action. With its action, it is able to subside some of the yoni doshas. So some of the trials, other trials, like we have tried with the Bartholin abscess in a mild stage, where we have given oral medicine and also Dashangalepa. So which is a combination of Haridra and Daru Haridra external application, and also oral medicines, anti-inflammatory medicines, and also applications that has subsided with the very mild stage of the this abscess. And we have tried in Uttarabasti. As you know, in Uttarabasti, when we talk with the Uttarabasti, that the Uttaramarga, Diyamanatva Kimma Shrestha Gunataya Uttarabasti, that which is given in the upper passage, so which is through the vaginal route or with the urethral route. So these usually we can divide the benefits, like when we give through the endometrial, when the Uttarabasi is given with the different tailas. So we tried with the Falagruta if it is associated with the any endometrial problems, thin of the endometrium is there, we tried with the Falagruta. If there is a problems related with the uterine tubes, we have been trying with the this Chara Taila with its this corrosive properties. So it is able to clear the passage. And also these ovarian problems are the follicle problems, when the follicles are not properly growing at that time also. So we have taken this Falagruta and HPO axis after the complete absorption. How the usually these all oil or the tailas will work. So that we shall just focus on that. All these dhavana or taila or gruta. So whenever these are installed in a vagina is such a place where it is having a maximum stretchability and area. So where it can absorb with its probiotic absorbance capacity. That is already the vagina is with the lactic bacillus acidi bacillus, which is responsible to convert the estrogen into this acidic level, where it is responsible to take out all the infections. When it is reduced, then only it is become cause for the infections. So whenever these, so that may be with the this quarter or with the taila or the gruta, so that will act locally. So with the lipolytic action. So that is a particular this quality where it will absorb the lower molecules into it, where it absorbs in a better level with its finest absorption. So when we talk with the gruta and taila, as a yoni is a main place for the vata. The vatajasthana is a yoni. So we give maximum importance to the sneha and gruta, which are said to be as act as a vatahara. With these things, it will act with the pichu or the gruta. So many, even we tried in erosion, cervical erosion. So in erosion also, there are mild, moderate and the severe erosion. In mild erosion, so we have tried with the Trifala Kwatha, Dhavana and a pichu with the Dhatakyadi Taila, Kampilaka Gruta and Trifala Gruta. In mild types, just we added simple Tankana with the Gruta, and a moderate and a severe we have tried with the pichu of the Kampilaka and Estimadu. Now our PG students are carrying with these studies with the erosion, severe erosion patients and the moderate erosive patients with the Dhavana and the Pichu applications. And some of the other these Yoni Vyapatas like Prakhyarana or with the Upapluta Yoni Vyapada, when pregnant woman comes with this, and Acharana Yoni Vyapada, and also this Acharana or Vipluta, so where it is due to the unhygienic condition of the woman, where she will not take proper hygienic condition of the this vagina, where she need to go with the proper treatment. So in those conditions also, so we have by examining and by just going with the lab investigations, so we have just noted whether it is a fungal, whether it is a bacterial infection, or it is due to the just not finding anything, and it is due to the some changes in a ahara vihara. So these will affect definitely with the health status of the woman. So these are the some trials which we are doing in our this OPD. So now as probiotic things, so already lactic bacilli is a probiotic. So where we have to enhance, because whenever there is a colonization of the microorganisms, so we need to go with the increasing the this capacity to not to colonize the bacteria with the with giving the probiotics, that may be in the form of any this turmeric or tulsi or the ginger and this amalaki. These are the things. So where it will enhance the activity, microbial activity. That may so many other drugs are also there. That is with the neem or a trifala and Dashamula. So where so they will be acting on this Vata dosha and responsible for treating the diseases. And now just as with the nowadays, as we are trying with the other diseases, so that we will just with the Yoni Purana and all, so where we are trying with the infertility patients, so with the neem oil Yoni Purana, so where just the 20 to 30 ml with the just touching with the neem oil, she can be just taken with the regularly Yoni Purana. It will act as a as a contraceptive, and also with the Pichu in a 9-month woman. So where we give for the just for the thinning of the cervix at the time of the labor, and also Matra Basti, and also in dysmenorrhea, where we are trying with the Vatahara Pichu, and also Vartik this Chikitsa with the Poltis, where we add some of the Yava, Goduma, Kola, Kulutya drugs. We will give external this Poltis, and afterwards just giving a Pichu in a dysmenorrheic patient, and also Matra Basti with the same Taila. That is Hinguadi Taila we are trying. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Savita ma'am, for the wonderful sharing. As the time is proceeding, so I would request Durga sir to please take it forward with the question and answers we have now.
Thank you, madam. So I think this will be a very rapid round. So we'll ask you multiple questions, and all our respected madam, you have to answer very fast, because briefly I think we'll cover up all the subject which is very essential for our people. I think already our madams, they have covered all the important things which are very essential for day-to-day life, because I have seen when Bharati madam expresses research works, and Lakshmi madam regarding Uttaravasti, then our Sujata madam regarding the instrument and Himalaya company jail, and I think all those things I could remember when I was a student. Lakshmi madam was there, so we used to listen all those things from the book, not we have seen practically. But now everything is available practically. So it is very fortunate for the Ayurveda, and the proceedings of Ayurveda must be noted in world history. I think within short period of time, it will reach to the top. I believe it. So some of the questions as the students asked. So let Bharati madam, you please answer. What is the brief management of dysfunctional uterine bleeding? If DUB patient will come, what a general consultant will do first? Then we'll refer to you.
Okay. If it is the chronic, the nature of the DUB we have to see. If it is the chronic, are the recent origin, or are they were taking any hormonal pills previously? So we'll see accordingly. We'll go ahead. The first thing I prefer is, if it is the chronic and the heavy bleeding is there, we have to perform under the expert guidance, the Virechana Karma. The next cycle itself, bleeding becomes normal. One thing, if it is not possible, the patient general condition is not allowing for the Virechana Karma, we can go ahead with the Samana Chikitsa, with the Lodrasava and the Patrangasava. This is the combination of Lodra and Patrangasava is my first choice. The second things, additionally, we can go ahead with other Raktastambhaka drugs like the Nagakesara, Volabhadras, etc. according to the availability at their place, but choose always the standard company's prescriptions whenever you are writing. The main lakana with us is we just write the prescription, but along with that you have to ensure that take the standard company.
Okay, thank you, madam. Lakshmi madam, if you are hearing me, so what is the management of PCOS or PCOD primarily? If any case of PCOS or PCOD will come, how to manage? Please unmute, madam.
in case of the PCOD, so first of all we see that it is the adolescent girl, or it is a married girl, or it is the age, what is the chronicity, and then we have to choose that two types of the PCOD or PCOS cases are available. One is obese type and another is the thin type. So two cases. So what are the main complaints and what is the BMI level, what are the hormonal level? First we have to investigate, and then first of all, as it is a metabolic and hormonal disorder, so we have to do first Virechan is the first line of treatment, that to normalize the effect of the pitta, because it is a Agni Dushti Janya Vyadhi and a Pittantargata Agni Raktantargata Pitta. So for the normalize the Agni, we have to do the Virechan karma, and then we have given this is the, as it is a metabolic disorder, so if it is a obese case, then Arogyavardhini with Pathadi Churna, and if it is a thin case, but it is should be given in a long term, because it is a hormonal disorder and a metabolic disorder, so minimum 6 months of the treatment package should be given, and if it is a thin cases, so you have to give, that is the Kanya Sodhana Gana.
Thank you, madam. Sujata madam, if you are hearing me, so what is the, how can we manage metrorrhagia cases if directly we will come to the OPD? Sujata madam, OPD level management in metrorrhagia
Hello?
cases.
Am I audible?
Yes, madam, please.
Okay. Actually, heavy bleeding cases, we have to see the general examination of the patient. In general examination, if she is very anemic and bleeding heavily, then we have to treat both the things at a time. We have to correct the anemia, and yes, we should stop this bleeding with whether it's a medicinal treatment or maybe it's an emergency treatment like Garbhashaya Lekhan Shastrakarma also we can do. But provided the vaginal examination and the general examination should be thoroughly done. What are the causes of this menorrhagia, and whether it's a fibroid or it's a endometrial hyperplasia, whether it's related to malignancy, and yes, what are the local pathologies associated with it? We have to evaluate those things. General examination and local examination, and sometimes emergency investigations also we can do, and we can treat the case likewise. First of all, we should stop the treatment. Hello?
Actually, in gynecological practice, it can be done. In OPD level practice for general doctors, you please share your experience.
No, I request, it's my humble request to all general practitioners. Don't treat a case without examining the patient. Because I have seen many cases that, yes, Ayurveda physicians especially, काय चिकित्सक भी यही बोलता है कि yes, I can treat everything, because काय चिकित्सा मतलब पूरे शरीर की चिकित्सा. But in text, they had given the equal weightage to all darshan, sparshan and prashna pariksha. We cannot judge a case with prashna pariksha. So in gynecological disorders and the things like menorrhagia, metrorrhagia, venometrorrhagia, we must do the pelvic examination. We should not treat any case without doing pelvic examination. Yes, for the temporary treatment, we can use any Stambhak drug with which we can stop the bleeding. But for further evaluation, yes, we should do the evaluation very thoroughly. Then and only then we should treat the case. In primary basis, you can give for stopping the treatment, Mocharas Picha Vastu, but Basti also can be given for stopping the treatment. So with that and the Stambhak Chikitsa, we can stop the bleeding, but it's needed a thorough evaluation.
Thank you, madam, for your nice elaboration. Usually, those typical cases should be referred. Better to refer, not to treat. So,
yes, it's better to refer.
So, my question to Savita madam, because you might have seen different patients come to OPD about cervical erosion case.
Yes.
So what are the methods of management of chronic cervical erosion cases?
So first of all, we will check the stage of the whether it is associated with the any cervicitis, secretions, and whether it is due to the hormonal imbalance. As there is a hyaline degeneration, so where the connective tissue and squamous epithelium will be regenerated due to the hormonal changes of the estrogen. So first of all, we have to check and whether it is related to the infection or not. If there is a normal discharge and a very severe erosion is there, then we have to go with the as usual, as I told, dhavana with the this kashayas as a trifala and nimba kashaya, and then you have to go with the test again. So if it is associated with any bacterial or candida albicans, where you will get pseudohyphae and others, so that you have to treat. If no, then you have to go with the this pichu. So with the this tankana or with the kampilaka gruta, and dhataki gruta is the best this pichu we can say for the chronic cervicitis and tonical this chronic erosion of the cervix.
Thank you, Savita madam. Thank you for your
Thank
nice
you.
answer. So
Lakshmi ma'am, there is a question for you. I'll just interrupt. Can Agni Karma be done in bleed on touch condition too in the case of pre-CIN or CIN? It is said that Agni Karma should not be done in active bleeding. Why so? Dahan is even one of the way to achieve hemostasis. So why not to go for it?
Exactly. Now it is audible, madam? It is audible?
It is audible, ma'am. It is
Yeah,
audible.
yeah.
Please go.
Okay. So in case of the touch and bleeding, if there is not severe bleeding, so many cases we have seen that after giving this Agni Karma doing, but for the particular that bleeding case, there is the need of the deep contraction. That is the deep means say so many times we have to heat it in that is the gold salaka, and then we are touching, and at that time there is the bleeding is stopping because it is the hemostatic. That is the Agni Karma. Thermal cautery also for these operations. Major operation thermal cautery is doing now. So and itself the gold, it is the anti-carcinogenic effect. So it is giving, and so many cases we have doing. We have not any type of the problems we are getting during this Agni Karma. But it is need the skill and the experienced person. Not all the OPD, that is the general practitioner, they can't do. They can do. If they will try, then it will be more hamper to the patient also.
So
Okay.
there are limitations also and skillful handling of the patient.
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
concerned. And
Exactly.
there are a lot many questions. I would also go offline and discuss with all of these speakers to give us some more time individually to discuss about the gynecological disorders and conditions, the questions that are emerging up. I would not be able to take up all the questions right now, but definitely this is a call to my viewers, to all the people who are watching us online. We'll get our speakers. I'll request our speakers to come on one-to-one experts talk with us and to answer your all the questions. I would definitely request them offline and get back to all of you.
Madam, I would
Yes,
like
sir.
to ask one question to Bharati madam.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go
Because
ahead.
she told just Panchakarma is just like atom bomb for all. Let her prove it with brief, because it is very essential in day-to-day life. How Panchakarma is working like atom bomb?
Yes, sir, sure. Because you need a radical elimination of whatever the chemical messengers that are triggering the proliferation or the gene mutations. So at once you can expel out. When you are performing the Nidhyarechana or giving some Samshamna therapy, it takes lot of time. You have to give maybe 6 months, 8 months, or even 1 year course. But once you are performing the Virechana Karma in the traditional way, that is properly undergoing the Amapachana, Gritapana, and Svedana, and then Virechana, the Grutapana, whatever you are giving, Sastra also described that it is binding all the toxins with it, and it will get expelled through the koshta. Okay, so these lot of chemical messengers, whatever involved in each of the condition, it may be the dysfunctional uterine bleeding, menorrhagia because of the reproductive tract lesions, or the growth of the leiomyoma, or even in cases of the cancer. But in cases of the cancer, we must be very cautious. The patient, we have to judge that the patient is able to undergo this or not. We have to check it. If the general condition is permitting under the or in association with the Panchakarma people, we have to do that. But definitely this from the purging is, or the virechana is not at the koshta level. Purging is taking place at the level of the cell, I believe. So that in that sense, it is an atom bomb, or the greatest weapon in the hands of the gynecologists.
Thank you, madam. Now Sandhya madam will go for the final rounds.
I think Dr. Bharti madam is saying that ye choti ladai mat kijiye, you use directly atom bomb.
And definitely. To all the viewers, one more thing, we are the university here in Sri Sri University. We have teenager girls, and they have a lot of gynecological issues, most commonly UTIs, dysmenorrhea, and all those things. I would like to, this is the concern for the females, so I would like to come on as an expert talk with you to get the query solved out for most of the students. So one more question, Sujata ma'am, I would like to ask you, what are the treatment options for the secondary infertility due to raised prolactin? If you can answer that, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
You are audible, ma'am.
Yes. Raised prolactin, actually this nowadays, this is a great problem. Hormonal imbalance is a great problem we are facing, because it's the hypothalamus, which is the master of orchestra, all hormonal orchestra, and it is getting disturbed by a lot of mental stress, what we are having a lifestyle, and the tensions, anxiety, everything is affecting that hypothalamus, and it is disturbing all the hormonal orchestra of a female. So like that, we are getting a number of cases of diabetes, hypothyroidism, then PCOS, and prolactin also, raised prolactin also. So I think the treatment part, which is having in hand, so a number of medicines are there. So like Sahachara and Apamarga, I have done this clinical trials of Sahachara and Apamarga Churna on hyperprolactinemia. So it's a good treatment for to get the levels of prolactin decreased within 3 months. And if it is combined with Apamarga, it gives a better results. So within 3 months, we will get the reduced level of prolactin. And when the levels of prolactin get reduced, yes, there are chances of getting pregnant. And yes, I used the Nasya therapy also in many cases to reduce the prolactin, but I used only Gogruta Nasya for that. But I have not used any medicinal, what you can say, Siddha Gruta Nasya, but that can be the option also to synchronize this hormonal orchestra. So in my knowledge, yes, I have done the work on this too, and yes, got very good results with that.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to go for the final thing. I would like to invite Lakshmi Priya ma'am first for the closing remarks for the session. Lakshmi Priya ma'am, this is closing remarks only for this session. We'll again come back for the expert talk with you one-to-one regarding the questions, lifestyle disorders in the females, and a lot many things which have come up regarding queries to be answered by you, ma'am. So I invite you to give your closing remarks, ma'am, looking to the time constraint for the day.
Okay, thank you, Sandhya madam, and thank you all your team. that special thanks to Dr. Durga sir. That is, he is actually the coordinator of all these things. And then lately we are just come in contact with Sandhya madam, but all your team is very team spirit and a young spirit. So really, I think that is this type of means say webinar or the seminar what we are telling, that we are just refreshing our knowledge also, that of which we are, in which platform we are, and we are also getting so many nutritions or so many feedbacks that how we can grow, that and how, what are the research updates we can take, and for the PG students, for the PhD students, so that because all the globes are just, they are just seeing that what we are doing, the Ayurvedic person sitting here and there and telling that so many things we can do, this, that, like this. But still then, it is a very, very interesting and a very much the informative and inspirative, stimulating, and that is the brainstorming session of all the research persons. And I think it will be not only beneficial for you team workers, but I think it will be beneficial for all the PG, UG, PhD students, practitioners, research
So
workers.
already
And
our viewers are asking us to share the Facebook link where we can we can listen to what the experts will talk about. So to all the viewers, this has just come up, so I have just disclosed on myself only without taking commitment from my speakers. On their behalf, I myself told you, but definitely we'll share the link 1 or 2 days in advance whenever there'll be commitment of the dates from our speakers. Yes, we will share it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. It was an enlightening experience.
I am thank you to all, and thank you specially to Sandhya madam, Durga sir, then our Sujata madam and Bharti madam. They have agree, though they are very busy schedules, but still then they are agree with us. And it is really a very good discussion and a brainstorming, brain churning, that is the session, so that everybody now they are the stimulate. And I think this session should be, I think, repeated at least once in 3 month quarterly or like that, so it will be more beneficial
And
for
3
all
months
this.
you are giving a long time. We want you back earlier.
No problem, no problem,
Okay,
no
thank you, madam.
Thank
always
you so
welcome,
much. I
always
would like
welcome.
to bring you all on a panel discussion, and then all the questions people want to ask with the legends,
Another
they
day
should
we'll
have the approach to them. So thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. Bharti ma'am, a very beautiful smile you have, and it is so nice to see you smiling. I request you to please give your closing remarks now.
Ma'am, it's a good opportunity. Usually we feel it difficult to bring people physically together nowadays. Previously we were trying, but this is a good platform you have created for the sake of the students. That this will benefit the students by and large across the India. So that's a good attempt, and we are sure we'll be with you. It is
Thank
always,
you.
my madam said, it is for us also, it is a nutritious one.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so
I
much.
congratulate you for this your endeavor, and I thank you for giving the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sujata ma'am, we know you're very, very busy and we've taken a lot of
Ma'am
your
is so
time.
busy.
Thank you. Thank you for giving your time. Not only Sujata ma'am, Lakshmi ma'am, Savita ma'am, Bharti ma'am, Champa ji, Dr. Champa Dhawan ji. Thank you so much to everyone. Sujata ma'am, I request you to give your closing remarks on this.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for very good conduction of this webinar, and very, very coordinated. Congratulations to you all for the great success. And yes, surely it's a great experience for me too, to share my views. Yes, because of time constraint, 10, 12 minutes, yes, it's difficult for us to
I apologize.
this whole experience in this limited time, because we have like Lakshmi madam and Bharti madam and me, practicing so many years. We have a lot of things to deliver, and it's difficult for us always to be
Taking out all those things from you, I take this responsibility, ma'am. Just allow me to do that, and I would take all the experiences from you out and share it with all the inquisitive people around who want to know a lot.
Still,
So
we
thank
try
you so much,
to concise all the things, but still, yes, there are a number of things that can be shared. And I congratulate you for that. The whole webinar conducted very nicely. And for practitioners and PG students, yes, please keep on doing the new things. And yes, the science should go forward, because for some thousands of years, there is stagnancy in the Ayurveda. So this science should be freely flowing with your hands. And I request all the practitioners, PG scholars, teachers to do the things which are exploring the science. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Savita ma'am, our very own Savita ma'am, I request you to give the closing remarks, please.
Hello, madam.
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am,
Yes.
please
Yes.
go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all, sir. Thank you all, madams, for just me as a junior. It is nice to hearing all those and to see the latest the inventions you did. Definitely, I need help in regarding all those in continuing just helping our PG students, and it's a sort of CME. So where daily when we just deliver our lecture, it is something different, and it is a webinar is a series where maximum PG students are benefited with this and continued this education and learning procedure. Thank you for considering me. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you, Savita ma'am. Dr. Champa Dhawanji, can you please put your video